In Java, the equals method is used to determine whether two objects are logically equal. It is defined in the object class, which means every Java class inherits it. Let's understand it from the ground up. Every Java object has an equals method, because every class eventually traces back to the object root. By default, if you don't override it, object.equals uses identity equality. Two separate objects in memory will return false. However, if both references point to the exact same object in memory, equals returns true. It's checking if they are the same instance. For objects, the double equals operator and the default equals method initially do the same thing. They check for object identity. But in the real world, we often care about the data. If two students have the same name and age, we probably want them to be considered equal. When we override equals, we start by checking identity and null, ensuring we don't do unnecessary work or hit errors. We verify the class type to ensure we are comparing apples to apples, then cast the object to our specific student type. Finally, we compare the actual fields. Now, our student objects with the same data are logically equal, even though they remain distinct objects. Be careful, you must take an object as the parameter. Using a specific class type results in overloading, not overriding, which breaks the mechanism. Let's walk through it. First, we check if the references are the same. If not, we ensure the other object isn't null. We confirm the classes match, cast the object, and finally compare the name and age fields to reach our logical conclusion. This is why strings should always be compared with equals. Double equals only checks the reference, not the actual characters inside the string. Your equals implementation must follow a contract. It must be reflexive and symmetric, meaning an object equals itself, and both sides agree on equality. It must also be transitive and consistent, ensuring that equality relationships hold true across multiple objects and remain stable over time. Crucially, if you override equals, you must override hash code. Equal objects are required by the Java runtime to have identical hash codes. This is critical for collections like HashMap and HashSet, which rely on hash codes to efficiently store and retrieve your objects. Think of it this way. Default equals checks if two references point to the same instance. Overridden equals checks if the objects contain the same logical data. Modern Java makes this even cleaner with pattern matching, for instance, of allowing you to check the type and cast in one step. Using the object's utility class for field comparisons is also best practice, as it safely handles potential null values for you. In summary, use double equals for primitives and identity checks, but use equals for logical comparisons based on your class definition. Object.equals is the foundation. By overriding it correctly, you ensure your Java objects behave predictably and logically in any application.